Hi, I'm Darren Hussey. I'm the main person here. I'm the owner, operator, and I've created All Classics Limited and BigBronze.com. I can do pretty much any job here. I started as a single man organization. I can nail down packing crates. I can design new product. I can go all over the world and resource it and get it made. I can import it. I can export it. There's nothing I can't do here, and I quite often do a little bit of everything still. Best thing about it is there's always new challenges, there's always new ideas, creativity abounds, there's always new challenges, and that makes it exciting. I really like finding new product. I like to get out there and push it, and it's really exciting when you are successful. The worst thing about it is you got to try about 10 things that probably fail to find that good one that really takes off. You always hear if you're not failing, you're not succeeding. Well, that's very true. Nobody likes to fail. I design products for general sale that absolutely nobody likes, and then I design something that I think is pretty much ridiculous, and the public loves it and buys it. So that's the bottom line on that. My main man Jason will be on the tape. Jason is already to the point he can pretty much do anything here. He can oversee shipping. What? Oversee importing. He does some real good design work, has some real good ideas, and having the pressure of the job gets everybody, and he sure gets cantankerous sometimes.
Good at a word.
But, you know, you get to work with somebody. I've known him since he's a young guy. Pretty much, it's no big deal. I grew up in a large family. You learn how to deal with people. And when you have a small business, they're not really employees. They're really your friends. You know, we all give and take from each other. Ken, he's our warehouse guy. He does a lot of packing and crating. He's still a little new. He's a great guy. He's got the strength of a bull ox. He can do almost anything. What I don't like? No. He's still a little green, and I still have to show him some of there are some logistics in putting together a crate and holding a statue in place so it doesn't fall off, and sometimes he just doesn't quite get there. I have to help him out a little bit about that. But he's a great guy. I enjoy working with him. He's a good, honest soul. Oh, our web guy, Scott, I've also known him for years. He's a great guy. He's a friend. But I guess I have a feeling about a lot of people who work in the web and computer business. They're not always there on the job. They're often in a digital world, sometimes playing video games, and get lost in a web sometimes. They may go out to do some research on a certain thing, and they just totally lose the focus of what they're doing. You need to be near them and occasionally walk and say, oh, well, how's this relating to work? What the fuck you been doing here, Scott? Getting the marketing part done and making sure that your product can be seen on the internet. That's our main force, and that's what basically created my company. You can't go to a shopping mall and find some of the statues I make. You can't go into a shopping mall or downtown Main Street and say, hey, I want you to make a giant mascot of our school. They're on the internet looking for us. All I have to do is make sure that I can be found. Story I wish that was on tape. Kind of one comes up. I was operating a forklift. I had one of those British phone booths. It was an antique British phone booth, maybe about 8 feet high. It weighed about 1,200 pounds. I was coming up along the loading dock here. It was a little bit bumpy, and it started falling off. I did everything I could do to save it, but it fell off and rolled down a hill into a drainage ditch. Everybody laughed at me, and but it's just one of those things. There's sometimes things get a little rushed, and I guess we move a little faster than we should, and it was kind of comical to see. Yeah, my feelings got a little bruised by it, but we get over that too. Also, as the owner and operator, I run a pretty tight ship. I make sure all my customers are happy. We do whatever they need. I sell on eBay. Since 2008, that was one of the big hard times for any small business. Small businesses really had to jostle things to reinvent themselves. We really had to go overboard to make our customers happy. We've had a lot of competition indirectly from like Amazon giving free shipping and things like that. I use every marketing asset I can right now. I sell things on eBay, which is kind of a sacrilege, a lot of people in the yards think, but I have to sell product. I maintain 100% customer satisfaction, and we work really hard towards that, and that's the bottom line here, is to get a product out, hopefully get it out on time. We have to pick up a lot of slack from a lot of shippers, international shipping, things like that, but on the end it all comes on our shoulders, but somehow we always get it done. It's always those time constraints. Once again, the worst thing about my job, I think the worst thing about anybody in a small business, the recession of 2008 took a tremendous toll on a lot of small businesses. There was very little to do to help or support a small business. We were up against nobody wanting to spend any money. Your bills come in at full force. They never slow down. So we had to let a lot of friends go. We had to cut a lot of expenses. We had to cut a lot of profits. You know, I'm lucky. I seem to do everything right, and I got through it, and I'm still pretty much thriving.
Hi, I'm Jason. I work for BigBronze.com, All Classics. I've been here working with Darren on and off for 15 years. I do everything from the bookkeeping here to customer invoices, purchase orders, design work, importing merchandise, logistics between our manufacturers and us, logistics on the end of us and the customer.
So they're in between Fresno and Bakersfield.
Okay, that's the main.
not bad.
Pretty much everything that gets thrown at me, I'll do it with a smile on my face, and if I don't know, I'll learn it. It's fine. I love what I do. I enjoy what I do. I can be rather rammy sometimes and a little bit impatient, but what makes me me. I have a pretty wide sense of humor. Some people don't like it, some people do. Hey, whatever. I enjoy what I do. I've known Darren for 15 years. He's a great guy. He's taught me a lot for many, many years. I started working for him when I was just a wee little lad. A lot of my knowledge traveled with me, and it still travels back here, and I still continue to learn from him. You'll never meet anybody like him. Scott is the web guy. I've known Scott about as long as I've known Darren. He still hasn't changed. He's very smart. He gets what he needs to do done, but he does lag, and it seems like when he needs money, he's willing to work a little harder, you know, when he has to and his schedule fits. Kent is a great guy. He's been working here for a short period of time. He's kind of learning the ropes. I'm trying to teach him. So is Darren. But he's a great guy. He's strong as hell. He's got a great personality, got a great sense of humor, and I enjoy that with everybody here. You'll never find a batch of guys like us. Ever. The one thing I wish that was caught on camera was a time we were unloading a freight container, and Darren decided that this one gentleman we used to hire as a temp named Hogan, who's rather large, you know, hey guys. And he had him out there, and he kept talking about certain things, and you know, he doesn't get embarrassed or anything. So Darren walked up, grabbed his shorts, dropped him, and the look on his face was priceless. I wish I had a camera for that. To this day, I still wish I had a camera for that. It was one of the greatest things ever. Besides many, many other stories, I could go on for hours and hours and hours. The best thing about what I do is the freedom to have a hand in the design work, handling all sorts of things, as I said, the accounting, the invoicing, customer sales, everything. That's the best thing because I love multitasking. I love doing a lot of things. And there's times you'll see me doing everything. Crating to there. I'm everywhere. Up and down these steps to the office 5,000 times a day. The worst thing about the job is the time crunches we have from the clients. We have to meet a certain deadline from start of the project to coming up with the cost and the idea to the model to everything and getting it done in a certain time, and we cut it sometimes right to the very end. We managed to pull it off. Trucking companies, even with their delays, everything. We will do what it takes to get it there on time, and at the end, the celebration is worth every bit of it for everybody. But I can't really call that the worst part of the job because it's not really the worst part. Ask me why I deal with it. I enjoy it. I enjoy the stress. I enjoy the time crunch. I enjoy getting everything done, even if it's the last second on my own time at 2 in the morning. I don't care.
Scott, originally from Jersey. The Grand High Poobah of laser printers and copy machines. I developed the website stuff, do all the programming for that.
What have you been doing here all day?
I've been working on the website.
Okay.
Just rearrange all the photos and pictures and text and make it work on different devices.
Okay.
Making it work everywhere, which is the hardest part because they keep changing the damn landscape. Get to make my own hours and creativity. Making the website, you know, do interesting things.
The worst thing about it.
Never knowing what I'm going to be working on next. Because he'll walk in and say, I need you working on this now. But still, you say, do this now. Okay, halfway through that. Wait, I need you to do this now. Halfway through that. Wait, I need you to do this now.
Sounds like work to me.
And then why isn't the first one done? Because, never mind. Because
You're
you're
not
fun
going
to
to
work
live
with.
that down.
I'd rather work with people with attitude. It's much more fun. You're both incredible characters, so.
What's the incredible thing that you wish we got on camera?
Really, really wish we had gotten that one day when we were unloading the truck where you had like 3 guys here, we're unloading the Indians. They're all dragging when we're about halfway through, and I'm still running circles around them at 47 years old.
Oh, yeah.
And at the end of the day, they're all like, "Oh my God, I'm so tired," and I'm like, "Really?"
And how did you learn all the website?
I taught myself.
Basically self-taught,
Yeah.
autodidactic.
My name is Kenny Zone. I work for All Classics Crate Stuff. I come in, I'm a utility worker. I'm a part-time employee. I really enjoy it here. Jason and Darren are some great guys to work along with. Pretty much do a little bit of everything from warehouse cleaning, working on the outside projects. We crate stuff up. Products have to be sent. Crate them no matter how big, how small. Some of the best things about this job is how creative and imaginative everything is here. Can't imagine what comes into this warehouse, how it comes out so easy. They mostly use me for my strength purposes, so I try to keep myself in fine-tuned shape. It's a very physically demanding job. It's a lot of fun too, working with these 2 guys. It couldn't be more fun. They make it a lot easier on you. The hours go by quickly. Probably the worst thing about it is when you screw up, it takes a lot more time to fix your screw up.
And that's about it. That's all I have to say. We want to thank you for considering us. I hope you enjoy some of the other interviews so you don't have to listen to too much. Thanks for seeing us.